Roll Over DJ by Jet on XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais, with me Steve Merchant and Karl Pilkington. Alright, Karl?
Yeah.
Bit miserable today, Karl. Let me explain why.
Go on.
Steve, and to you, the listeners. Well, we came in to a big bunch of stuff. Dropped off by, was it Becky from Marks and Spencer? Just like lovely stuff. Food, presents for the cat, books, just, you know, to Ricky and Steve. Ricky and Steve who do the show, right? Ricky Gervais and Steve Merchant.
GQ presenters of the year.
Creators of The Office, right?
Award winning.
Carl's looking over, I go, well, maybe, it's not for you, no. And then he told me why he's grumpy anyway.
Go on.
Do you know what XFM are giving everyone? How long have you been here?
About 6 years.
What are you getting for Christmas from XFM?
2 CDs.
Is that of your choice, or do they choose them?
There's a list of about 30.
Right.
Tell them what you chose.
30 CDs. I've gone for, Kings of Leon album.
Yeah.
And, the Best of Bob Marley.
Haven't we, like, given them away in the past, or something? Or you could have burnt them off, couldn't you? You could have done copies. Illegal, but you could have done that. Anytime you wanted.
I don't think Bob Marley minds if you the bootleg his CDs.
It's out of order though, isn't it?
It is bad.
Although you
Is that always the case? Has it always been the truth of all the time you've been here?
No, it has been better than this.
Yeah, although you do get paid quite well and you do have an easy time.
Yeah, but don't give me the CDs then. If it was a milkman, you don't go, I have 2 bottles of semi-skimmed. Happy Christmas.
Yeah. That is a valid point.
Do you know what I mean?
You complain? Who is it who made this decision?
There's no point. No point, is there?
Why?
Just no point. I don't like moaning anyway, just...
Has it come from up top? Is it like from the capital people?
Just everyone, that's what everyone gets.
Yeah.
Yeah, but will Christian get 2 CDs for getting up at 4:30 every day for about 5 years?
And keeping this station afloat.
Probably.
Yeah.
So, that's why I'm a bit fed up.
What you listen to first, Marley or Leon?
Well, you have a bit of Marley.
I'll tell you what Marley's good for, as well. You'll have a little beach holiday, aren't you, over Christmas, going to Lanzarote? Listening to that on the beach, you'll realise how wise XFM are in the long run. You know, you go, well look, they could have given me 400 quid, right? Well, I'd have spent that. But this is, you know, the legend lives on.
It keeps on giving.
So, you're probably, you know what I mean? Think how much what you gotta think of is how much all his great songs took, not only from the depth of his soul, and, you know, all his sort of angst and knowledge and love, and then all the studio time, the marketing, and you know, they're just giving you one that. They go, don't worry about that, Karl, just have it. And you go, what? All the time we spent with Bob Marley and everything. You go, have it, Karl, have it, Karl. And
Notice.
Yeah, have that. Thanks, well done. Carry on. We're still gonna pay you for the work.
Yeah.
That's just something on top.
Here's a little piece of Bob, free.
Yeah, so don't moan, it's extra. So, I didn't have to give you it at all. Play a record, you ungrateful little swine.
Some people, like the homeless, aren't getting anything this Christmas.
This is my
Except to
favourite
chill.
Elvis Costello track of all time. It's Alison.
This wasn't on the list. Right.
Elvis Costello? Alison on XFM 104.9. So, that's it. But maybe, I'll tell you what, a good idea, Karl. Just beg. Just ask for other things. What do you want? What do you want for Christmas? You must have a big fan base out there willing to make you things. Maybe like a little, I don't know, pair of gloves.
A little woolly hat.
If you want to send a necklace in for Suzanne, that'd be handy.
Oh yeah.
That's what she wants.
Is Suzanne listening today?
No, she's out.
Right, okay, this is the dilemma. Me and Steve, yesterday, were trying to convince Karl that it would be a good idea to buy Suzanne a Christmas present. Okay? Now, why aren't you going to buy her a Christmas present? Explain, Karl, why you don't think you should buy her a Christmas present.
No, well, I've told her I'll get her one, but in the new year. We're going away on holiday and that, so there's no point taking stuff away.
Yeah.
Going to Lanzarote next week.
Just get her something in the sales after Christmas, yeah?
Yeah.
Right. And me and Steve were trying to explain to Karl that she would love it if you bought her something on Christmas Day.
Yeah, but she knows now.
Knows what?
I've told her. So
no, well, I'm going to tell you, you know, right, dear listener, this was Karl's worry. I said, I bet she's got you something. And Karl was worried in case he got her something and she hadn't got him something.
Yeah, he'd be livid.
He didn't want to be down. He didn't want to be a present down.
Yeah.
Look at his face! So buy her a nice necklace. Don't spend, just spend £100, you know, just a little token.
We're going away. We're not taking her away on holiday.
No, you're not taking her away, are you? What, you're paying for it, are you?
Yeah.
Are you really?
Well, half and half and that.
Right.
So you're paying for you to go on holiday? That's good of you. So the gift is your company, really?
She's done alright.
She's done alright!
Why do you talk like you're 60 years old? And you've been working down the mines?
I love that she's done alright. Do you go over to her and say, Suzanne, you're bloody lucky.
I mean...
You've fallen on your feet,
to
look
be
who
fair,
you've got, what?
I'm not sure she has done alright. I don't want to be critical, but...
Oh, dear.
So what are you going to get in the sales?
What are you going to get her?
Yeah, it depends. I'm thinking, I mean, I'll give her the choice. She can have Kingsley and or Bob Marley. Right, I'll let her decide there.
Oh, dear.
Oh.
I can't wait to see you. Where are you going, Lanzarote?
Yeah.
Where's that?
Don't know, Suzanne sorted it out.
I said, Lanzarote, is that Africa or is it Spain or Portugal? Just thought you was, dunno. What do you mean, dunno? I goes, well, what's the currency? I went, dunno. I said, Suzanne booked this one, did she?
Yeah.
I thought, where is it? Is Lanzarote African or?
Foreign. Somewhere foreign.
I was looking last night, and, doesn't look that good. Like, one of the highlights of the things it says you've got to do is go and have, apparently they've got restaurants in caves, and that's like, one of the things they say you must do.
Mm.
So, if that's a highlight, do you know what I mean?
Right.
So I'll do that. Go and see what that's like.
Yeah.
When you're on the beach, Carl, do you wear the very, very tight Speedos?
No.
Do you walk
What's
around
you
with
wear?
them?
Sort of longish shorts,
Yeah.
t-shirt on, probably with a sort of a light shirt on top of that.
Right, sure.
So, quite wrapped up then.
Covered up. Do you wear a hat? Because obviously the bald head, there's risk of sunburn.
No, I just put a bit of lotion on it.
Lotion on there.
Yeah.
Just have a bit of a wander down the beach, have a look.
Yeah.
See if there's any old blokes with their tackle out and a backpack.
I'll have to look forward to, so
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah. Well, we're looking forward to finding out how you get on.
Yeah, I'll let you
And
know.
interested to know what she gives you on Christmas Day.
Won't be getting
More
anything.
scintillating chat after this next song.
Right, bit of placebo,
Yeah, love it.
special needs.
Placebo, special needs on XFM 104.9. Email in where Lanzarote is. I don't know if it's Italy or Spain or Europe or maybe Africa. You know, these are the sort of things, these are the reasons I come into it, to at least learn something, innit, Karl? We've stopped educating Ricky, so I've stopped learning, you know, about things like the woman who ate mud all her life.
I saw you
And,
something before when we were in the office.
what was that? What did you teach me?
They've just counted how many fish are in the sea.
No, they
They've
haven't.
just done a census.
A census.
What, a fish?
Yeah, some fellas have gone in the sea and they've got to work out. There's about...
Mrs. Spratt, is this your son? No, he's a lodger. Okay, well, let's mark him down, that's 2. Oh, I've lost count. 6,000,004 and... Oh, darn. So how many are there?
About... There's a lot. There's...
Oh. Well, there are more species of fish than bird, mammal and reptile put together.
Can I ask a question?
That's on my DVD of animals.
That's still available in the shops. Probably find it online, you'll get that slightly cheaper.
$15.99. What? Go on, ask me a question. Ask me a question. Ask me a
Includes
question.
Karl's Pilkington's also on the DVD.
Yeah.
That's a perfect Christmas gift.
Yeah. Go on.
Yeah, this is a question. I was discussing this yesterday. This is not a bit of shit. This is not a joke. I genuinely have always been slightly perplexed, and we were discussing it last night. The notion of the birds and the bees.
Yeah.
Now, I don't mean, you know, the birds and the bees. I understand how, you know.
Why they use the birds and the bees?
Yeah, because, well, you see, I always, as a child, I never know. I assumed the bees were having some kind of relations with the birds.
No.
So what is there anything to do with the birds and the bees, or is it literally, you know, just like a euphemism? It's just, the birds and the bees.
No, but they...
Do the birds do anything with the bees?
No, not at all. It was
They
where
just
parents...
take them out, they
it was where
schmooze them?
parents used to sidestep the issue by saying things like, you know, when a lady blackbird and a man blackbird, they meet, right? They make a little nest. And then because they're in love, they have an egg.
Yeah.
And that was it.
I understand that. That makes sense. But why the bees? Why the birds and the bees?
Well, probably, I don't know.
I don't know. You see, within nature, forgive my ignorance, within nature there is no relationship between bees and birds, is there?
No, not at all, no, not at all.
Nothing's going on.
But probably what it was, if the parent found it hard to say, you know, Daddy puts his penis at Mummy's vagina, it was much easier to say, like, in the insect world, billions of them queue up and just fill the queen with spunk for about a day.
Sure.
You know, thus avoiding the embarrassing intercourse.
Exactly.
That's what I think, Karl. What do you think?
Were you talking about the birds and the bees? Did anyone bring that up with you?
No, it was just in that class, wasn't it? When, they put a video on.
That's what we had. No, we had a film.
And they just said, I watched that. And then,
what film, though? Basic Instinct?
It was just like, you know, two people. And, all sat round the telly and watched it. One girl fainted. And they said, right, that's that. Next week, you know, prisms. Or whatever.
And did it teach you everything you needed to know?
Well, how much do you need to know?
Yeah, true. No, true. Except one kid in my class still thought a baby came out of an arse. Afterwards he didn't understand.
I think what they should have shown on those videos is technique as much as anything.
Yeah, I suppose so,
Because it was largely just instructional.
Wooing.
Wooing. What it didn't tell you was how to get into a position where this might be of some interest. That should have been the first 4 weeks of the course.
Yeah, well obviously that baby who had the kid who had a baby, what was going on there, Karl?
That was weird. Did you see that?
Yeah, that was going to be your favourite programme, wasn't it?
Yeah, it wasn't that good in the end.
Why?
You told us about this story ages ago, didn't you?
Ages ago. I told you about a year ago about a baby that had a baby.
Yeah, it's a bit different, the baby that had a baby, isn't it? Whereas a Siamese twin with a breech, actually just, you know, developed inside him for, you know, it wasn't even developing. It was, a twin stillborn that, just was enveloped in the other one's body. So it's a little bit different to a baby, what had a baby, isn't it?
Yeah.
Actually disappointed he was. Do you know what he said to me? He went, well, I thought it was going to come out. And go, oh, bloody hell, I'm 7. What a waste of my life. Like it had been in there going, oh, hello! Hello! 7! Idiot.
Yeah, a bit disappointing, but there was a programme on after that, right? At 10 o'clock on Discovery, and I haven't got Discovery.
Oh, right.
It was about... Oh, I didn't see it. This is it.
Okay.
I was going to say to people, if they've got a copy of it on tape, if you can send it in.
What was it?
About a baby with 4 legs.
Right.
That was on, at 10 on...
It wasn't a puppy?
No.
Right.
What's it doing up there?
Yeah.
It's my baby. Oh, is it Mum? Alright then, fine. Yeah. It's got 4 legs, yes.
Yeah.
Sometimes they do have
Look,
4 legs.
Dad's gone, he's never coming back, you've got to get over it.
So, if anyone's got
not a baby.
send it in.
Oh,
Right,
dear.
okay,
Send it in.
good.
So you want to take with a baby with 4 legs. You're going to be disappointed again. It's not going to be like a baby with 4 legs who's running up the curtains. You know what I mean? It's not going to be that. It's probably going to be 2 legs and then 2 sort of like floppy appendages. You know what I mean? They're not going to be brilliant. It's not going to be like Jake the Peg. You're going to be disappointed.
Apparently Lanzarote is one of the Canary Islands.
Oh, is it?
Although we've also been told it's part of Spain.
Right.
I don't know who to believe.
I don't know who to believe either. That puts me back, because I knew it was either one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Worry about it. Pilot knows, doesn't he? Pilot knows where he's going.
Oh, I thought so, yeah.
Doesn't matter then. Right, we're playing J-Hawks.
Let's play it.
Love it.
Got bored with that conversation, did you? Long and Winding Road. I love that, but I don't like the way McCartney sings here. There's just one, he goes, you leave me waiting here.
Well, he's always got that slightly affected
But it sounds
style,
like
doesn't it?
Richard Burton or something, here.
Yeah.
But it's only one that does it, but I don't know why. I just think he likes it or wants to go back and change it. Maybe it's like... But having said that, you know, I'm not taking away from the Beatles, one of the best bands ever.
Well, yeah, good luck to
Brilliant songwriters,
they do well.
yeah.
We've had a lot of emails, Karl. I don't want to sort of put a dampener on your Christmas, but a lot of people have been slagging off Lanzarote. One of them just said, well, one of them, I don't know if I can find
it. It is Canaria, isn't it? It's it is one of the Canaries, isn't it?
It's a volcanic island covered in volcanic dust. It's very windy, so you have to dig a hole to sit in on the beach, and there's hardly anything to do. That's from Mike Godham, he says, unless you like quad biking. Well, you know, you've seen what happened to,
No, don't go quad biking, not with your little head. There's no protection at all, is there?
I don't know what you're thinking, I don't know.
At least Rick Mann and Ozzy had lots of hair. Yours would, you'd be like Humpty Dumpty, it would crack like a little egg. And we'd seen, there's no kings or kings horses.
Well, they couldn't do the job anyway.
No, shouldn't really send them, they're not really qualified.
Horses not equipped to put back
a medical man like Neil Fox in.
Yes.
To mend
but not
eggs.
some kind of military horse.
I bet he's had egg on his face a few times, hasn't he?
What, Foxy?
Yeah.
Most of the series are Pop Idol.
Right, Karl. Lanzarote, good or bad?
Well, you got to give it a go, haven't you?
Yeah, well done.
Give everywhere a go.
Exactly. That's what I was saying. You know, don't just take the word for it. I mean, if it had said an Ananova, Lanzarote shit, he'd have believed it.
Sure.
You know, if he'd have overheard it in a pub, Lanzarote a crap, he'd have believed it. If he'd seen it on a website that was mainly concerned with monkeys and witches, he'd have believed it.
Yeah.
As it is.
Everybody raves about New York, and when I went there, I thought it was rubbish.
Well, you're an idiot then, because that is possibly the greatest city in the world, along with London.
Subjective, though. That's why they have holiday programmes and that, innit? So you see it and you decide for yourself and that.
Yeah, but you saw Venice on a holiday programme, as you put it. You went there and you went, it was rubbish, full of black bin liners.
Well, it is.
Right. Didn't they show them?
It stunk.
Didn't Judith Chalmers say that? Oh, it stinks here, and there's loads of rubbish everywhere.
No, she didn't.
Did she mention that?
Oh, that's what I mean. So it depends what you want from holiday, doesn't it?
Well, yeah. But
So...
you're an idiot if you don't like New York, so next.
Anyway, come on, break up, guys. Kiss and make up.
Yeah.
Karl, we've had an email, some old Rockbusters. Someone's emailed in, they wonder if you can get some of your old Rockbusters clues, your old genuine Rockbusters clues. I know Rockbusters has come back.
Well, of course he can, it's the way his brain works.
Well, indeed, but I think you'll, maybe you can also enjoy the challenge, Rick.
Yeah.
And you at home.
I remember them as well, because I remember how angry they made me.
Here's some old Rockbusters. That army's got some nice trenches. DW.
That army's got some nice trenches.
DW.
No?
Dandy Warhols.
That one works.
It's not bad, is it?
That's why I didn't get that one, because it worked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. She's only got one sticker left?
It was actually he's only got one sticker left.
Oh, okay. He's only got one sticker left?
Oh, the band His Last Sticker. With Justine Fishman, yeah, His Last Sticker. Yeah. They were brilliant, weren't they? What happened to His Last Sticker? Are they still going?
He'll strap some chocolate to your feet. That's A. A band or artist, A. He'll strap some chocolate to your feet.
Go on.
Aerosmith. I don't know really what that means, but... And finally, you'll have to...
Aero Cobbler.
Well, yeah.
The well-known, Aero Cobbler.
And you'll have to stick her in the oven. A-B. You'll have to stick her in the oven.
See, he thinks, blacksmith means, like, just shoes, like, it's not the smith, it's the smith part. A smith is just a right, isn't it? So it doesn't work, I don't know, Aerosmith. What does that mean, Karl? What does that mean?
Come on, you'll have to stick her in the oven. A-B.
Yeah, I know that one.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What is it?
But it doesn't work.
Apparently it does. You'll have to stick her in the oven. A-B. Single or artist?
What, Anita Baker?
Anita Baker.
Why you have to stick her in the oven?
Anita Baker.
Oh, I need to. But why didn't you say, like, you'll have to, get his hair cut and put a nice white, chef's hat on? That's Anita Baker.
See, that works.
That works, Karl. I need to bake her. Doesn't work. It is shite.
Okay, well, listen, before you judge, listen to today's Rockbusters. Okay. They're here with us now. Here's Karl Pilkington.
Yeah, back just for Christmas.
Brilliant.
I've only got two, really.
What?
Because I was trying to work one out before, right, in my little room.
Yeah.
I was looking at different band names, thinking, what can I do?
Yeah.
Couldn't concentrate, because Ricky was in there, trying to spray deodorant all over the place. Right?
Well, you should have done them yesterday.
You should have shut me out.
Right.
So there's just two. Brilliant.
Well, I've kind of got an idea for the third one.
Fine,
I'll have a go.
Yeah.
Right, so anyway, the first one...
Should we play a record and come back to this?
We'll do it quickly, we'll do it quickly.
No, play a record, this is
then.
rubbish. Rubbish.
Libertines.
Useless.
Give me the gifts, let me have a little prize you've got.
Libertines, Don't Look Back Into the Sun on XFM. Well, the general public are getting involved with Karl's holiday, and, I mean, this has been a damning report on Lanzarote.
There's not been a positive word written about Lanzarote so far.
Wow. It's volcanic, there's no natural water supply.
Apparently there's no natural water supply, it's
you
all
have to
imported.
sit in a hole. What do you think of this, Karl? What do you think of the people that want you to know that you're going to a rubbish place when you can't change it? What do you think of that?
Rubbish show, will it?
What do you mean?
Alright.
What do you mean it'll be right?
Because I'm gonna go there thinking, oh, there's no water and that, and there will be water.
No, they didn't say there's no water.
What did they say then?
There's no natural water supply.
Whatever. I'm not bothered. Doesn't bother me.
Right.
I'm gonna have a good time and that.
What are you gonna do? What's your plan to do?
Got a book.
What book you got?
Rich Hall book. I'm just gonna read that. So,
Brilliant.
And the weather's better than here, isn't it?
Yeah.
So...
Someone emailed just now, they said they're listening online, and there's a problem with their computer, and everything's sped up. The music's sped up, our voices, Rick, are sped up, except Karl's. That's how slow he speaks. So when everything's sped up, he sounds normal.
Right, we're doing Rockbusters.
Yeah, come on. Listening
Steve,
online.
do you want to do the clues?
I won't do the clues, I'll never be able to piece them together, but I'll give you the prizes. The Old Grey Whistle Test, Volume 2, Kumar's at number 42, Volume 2, or maybe that's Volume 1, who cares? Porridge, Series 3, Volume 2, The Office, Complete Second Series on VHS, for anybody who's still got grandparents. And U2, a best of 99 to 2000. And Smash Hits, the reunion, that'll be the kind of stuff you'll love. Spice Girls is on there, Liberty X, Atomic Kitten.
Do you see that? Do you see Steve's enthusiastic? Even though the competition's rubbish, the prizes are second rate, Steve is going, well, I'm not going to punish London, right? I'm going to big it up. You're there. Do you know what I mean? Come on.
Right, here's the first clue. Clue one.
Come on. Come on!
Shut up!
Come on!
Can't do any photos, because it's been nicked by a German.
Right, start again.
Oh,
Start again.
what?
Clue 1. Rockbusters, Clue 1.
Okay, this is Rockbusters with Karl Pilkington. Go!
I can't do any photos, because it's been nicked by a German.
And what's the initial?
AC. Right?
Next.
Second clue. If you keep eating, this bit of your body will get bigger. PC. PC. It's an artist or a band. Who is it? PC. If you keep eating, this part of your body will get bigger, right?
Yeah.
And the last one I'm not really sure about. If you...
He's actually winging it now. Imagine if this was Mastermind. I'm not sure about it. I know your specialist subject
Come
is,
on! Okay, go!
The place where you go to take your dog a walk and that.
The place where you go to take your dog a walk.
Forget it then.
No, we'll do it! No, do it! Get you! Tim Burgess. Oh my Corazon, is that?
Yeah.
What's that mean?
I have no idea.
Phone in if you know.
No, don't bother.
Oh, email then, at least.
Okay.
I'd like to know these things.
Sure. We were doing Rockbusters just before the ads and the record. Rick, I know you were enjoying it.
Yeah, come on, get this clue out, Karl. There's 3. What is it?
Right, the first one was...
No, we don't got the first 2. What's
Can't
the
do
third?
any photos because it's been nicked by a German.
Yeah.
Second one, if you keep eating this bit of your body will keep getting bigger.
Yeah, it's different every time. Go on, what's the third one?
Where you take your dogs for a walk and that, or you might go there on a Sunday.
What?
Sort of...
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Rick, just be quiet for just a moment.
Right, okay, do this clue. Right, start from now. This is the third Rockbuster clue.
That was a Freudian slip.
Yeah, God, we'll get done. Oh. Right, go on then, go.
Where you take your dog a walk, or you might go there on a Sunday and that. People sort of might taste that area. Right?
Oh.
It's rubbish.
AP.
Right, well the other one's AP as well,
AP.
What?
AP. Ricky.Gervais at xfm.co.uk.
AP.
A quick reminder of them again with the initials. Quick,
this is such rubbish.
The first one, can't do any photos because it's been nicked by a German. Second one, if you keep
what was
eating...
the initial?
AC.
Don't get annoyed, that's what the game's about, the initials!
Yeah.
If you keep eating, this bit of your body will get bigger, that's PC.
Right.
Right? And where you take your dog maybe on a Sunday and you go for a walk there and that, have a taste of it.
Right? Different!
AP, just email in and you win some stuff.
Ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk.
What rubbish. I wonder why we stopped this game.
Well, I think it's probably exhausted him. He needs to go to some kind of volcanic dust island for a holiday.
With no water,
Yeah, exactly.
just to dry out and get some new ideas. Oh, I'd love to see you sitting there on these black ash sands, just sitting there going, I'm thirsty, Suzanne.
There's no natural water.
I've finished my Rich Old book, I can't focus, I'm going blind, I need some water. Oh, brilliant.
Oh, bless him.
Anyway, happy Christmas. We said we weren't getting out, didn't we? Right, go on then.
It was the premiere. Did you see the coverage? It was the premiere of Lord of the Rings Part 3.
I can't be bothered.
I mean, man alive, I'm sick of Lord
I
of the
watched
Rings.
the first one, and I was actually I've never been into all that sort of stuff.
Never liked it.
Gollum and Dungeons and Dragons and gatekeepers and weird magic and Harry Potter I want to punch his face in.
I know what you mean.
But I mean, it's sort of like,
Well, Lord of the Rings, when I was at school, if you were into that sort of thing, you were a nerdlinger. They would beat you up, they'd shout heckle abuse, all that sort of thing, you know. I wasn't a fan.
I actually don't know anyone who admitted they were into that
I know.
nonsense.
It was shameful. It was embarrassing. Now, the whole world's gone crazy for it. Even the tough guys, the hard nuts, the streetwise kids, they're loving it. Can't wait for the third one. I see people raving about it. It's Jonathan Ross, all these people going, it's the best thing I've ever seen. It's 3 hours and 10 minutes of trolls and goblins and magic spells and large feet and magic rings. I'm loving all that crap. What's wrong with you people?
I will smite you with my sword.
It's just interminable. The orcs and the Norks.
I saw some people playing this game. They had a big manual and a dice, and they were in a pub, and they're all fat with beards, right? And he threw a dice, and he looked down, and he went, and he said something like, outside them, 3 miles to Mumra. And they went, oh, well done. What?
I know.
I wanted to go and say, what is this game?
Yeah.
What?
It's absolutely extraordinary. Well, they showed some coverage of the Lord of the Rings premiere on TV, and there were people dressed up as some of the characters.
Yeah.
There was a girl chatting saying, well, I just think Gollum's hilarious. What? People talking about telling me Gollum's hilarious in this new film. How is he funny, my precious? Oh, my precious. What's funny about this? I'm losing it. I'm genuinely...
Is he like Yoda?
I don't know what the joke is. I'm missing it all. And when the walking trees started talking... Oh man, I love it.
Gollum's the little one that looks a bit like Gandhi.
Yeah, exactly. The computer animated Gandhi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that alright?
Yeah. I think that's how he's described in the book. But this is the other thing I say, then they go, oh, Tolkien, J.R.R. Tolkien, he's a genius. You know he created his own language? Whoopee! Karl comes up with a new word every week that he's made up. He's not a genius.
Yeah, well the bloke, a look of frighteningness came across his face. Frighteningness. Yeah, Karl's new word. Although, you know, Shakespeare introduced 1,200 words to the English language, apparently.
Well, he was a genius.
He's estimated. And I only know one of them.
Yeah, what was
Brilliant.
it? Brilliant?
Yeah.
How did he come up with that?
I don't know.
I reckon he was, maybe he was reading Macbeth and went, I'll tell you this is brilliant.
Yeah, and his wife said, what?
This is brilliant, I'll tell you this is absolutely brilliant.
I don't know what you mean.
Sort of.
Will.
Sort of better than good. Read it, see what you think.
Well, it's good, yeah, but I mean...
Read it again.
Well, it's getting better each time.
Is it brilliant?
It is brilliant.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
I don't know how you, when the audience were there on that first night.
Brilliant. I know, it wasn't brilliant, it was excellent, he came up with.
Well, fair enough, it's the same sort of thing.
Yeah.
But on the first night, when everyone was in the theatre, you know, the dregs, the Karls of the Middle Ages, they're still sat there. The Renaissance, I should say. They're all sat there watching it. They're enjoying the play. They're loving it. All the kind of people dressing up or whatever it might be. The boys playing the girls not involved. All the rest of it. They're loving it. I'm loving this. It's absolutely brilliant. He's going to kill her. Well, forsooth, it was excellent. I don't know what that means. Yeah. You've lost me. Excellent. I'm shooting off.
Yeah, was it? What? It was what? Wow, you know, excellent.
I don't see how you can make up words. It's like, it doesn't seem that doesn't count in poetry.
Well, I suppose you have to, don't you, eventually, if you want to describe something.
Why? Just use the words that exist, isn't that the rule?
No, but that's why we borrow from other languages. There are certain phrases that can't be translated, because it's that there are no words in other languages for them. I mean, I think we beat the second language by about double.
What language?
I think in English, we have got about, I think Russian's second, but I think we got twice as many words. So there are obviously things that we say that cannot really be translated.
Yeah.
And so, you know, ours is just great for, obviously poetry and...
It makes sense when you think about things like blancmange.
Blancmange
that would be like
good,
wobbly pudding.
I know.
In English.
But I think if there are, I don't know how many there are, someone knows, say there's about 100,000 possibilities, right? I think we probably know, as educated people like us, Steve, we probably have about 20,000.
Sure.
Right? I really don't think we need that other 80,000.
No.
I'm not walking around going, I don't know what they're talking about.
Exactly.
I'm really, what did he say? What is that? I mean, that happens possibly once or twice a year when I go, what, sorry, what does that mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Carl, you look bored, mate. We had a real conversation
I think
there.
he switched off when I said forsooth.
Bruce Forsooth, you know him. So much better than last week. You know him, don't you, Carl?
Put a song on, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, bored? Okay, there was a monkey, right?
No, he's
wait. It was a professor of English. No Blue Sky, The Thorns. That's beautiful, isn't it? On XFM 104.9. Carl, you're losing your rag a little bit. What's the matter?
Nothing, go on. See?
What's the matter? No, what's the matter with
I've
Carl?
got something to cheer him up. Someone's emailed in, Emma's emailed in, she said that, for those that know, those in the know, they referred to Lanzarote as Lanzagrotte.
Brilliant.
He's a bit fed up. He's got 2 CDs for Christmas from a company that's he's been with for 6 years. He's a little bit grumpy about having to answer the phones. He wouldn't go and make Steve another cup of tea immediately.
Selfish.
Yeah. Carl, what are you thinking?
Nothing. Go on, what were you doing?
Come on, Carl, you're getting paid for this. Project. Out.
We'll take one of those CDs away.
Alright.
What were we talking about? Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Sick of it, as I say. So there's some people dressed up on TV. They were dressed up as the characters. They had their sort of costumes. There was a guy I went to university with. I don't want to mention his name. Went into his room once. He's into that sort of thing. He showed me in his wardrobe. He had a full-size Star Trek outfit that his mum had made for him.
His mum had made for him.
But I wanted to say, well, A, you've taken this to university, but B, when are you going to wear that?
Yeah.
When are you ever in the mood to wear that?
Well, you know, you never know when. You know, like on Apollo 13, wasn't it, when someone had measles or something? Someone else got in.
Sure.
So you might go, oh, I can't believe it.
Yeah.
Can't believe it. The Enterprise, Uhuru can't make it.
But it's the idea of that being, you know, I'm not one to speak, but it's that idea of that sort of being attractive to women. Because that's presumably generally when you're at university, when you're 18, 19, that's the reason you wear those kind of clothes, is to try and make a bond with someone, isn't it? Try and establish some kind of connection.
Yeah.
Saw a guy walking down the street the other day, must have been 18, 19, wearing, on his t-shirt, it just had a picture, and the words, Star Wars Phantom Menace.
he probably liked.
But it's just the idea of a girl going, yeah, well, I love that film as well.
Yeah.
Because it's supposed to be kind of kooky and eclectic t-shirts, aren't they, normally? They're supposed to be a bit sort of radical and a bit offbeat.
My favourite, though, are, I love fat goths.
Yes.
I really love fat
Who are still
goths.
persevering with it, even into their 30s?
I like fat young ones. I love fat 18-year-old goths. I really like them. They're one of my favourites. And I like 42-year-old goths.
Yeah.
Who, they're losing all their hair, they're just growing at the back. But, you know, I don't know what jobs they do, but their main hobby is looking like Nosferatu and wearing lots of silverware. That's one of my favourites.
I think I mentioned to you before, I saw a girl on the tube, she had a bag, and she was quite gothy. She had a bag, and it sort of had like a Barbie's head, kind of sort of defaced from there, and loads of badges and tassels and little motifs and odd things, and she decorated the bag. And then had sort of things like, you know, legalise cannabis, and ban the bomb, you know, and stop the war.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to grab her and say, you doing much about the war, or are you working mainly on the bag?
Yeah, you spent most of the year.
Yeah, you're filling in the petitions. Are you doing the marches?
Collecting
or is it largely
badges.
the bag you're focused on?
Oh dear.
I'll tell you another thing that a fashion mistake that always offends me whenever I see it is an Englishman of any age wearing cowboy boots.
I had cowboy boots. I
can't believe it.
When I was 18, right, I went out and got a pair of cowboy boots. The cheapest, I mean, they were the only ones I could afford. Awful.
Why?
I mean,
was that 'cause
they were like clogs that came up to the knee. They were so uncomfortable.
And why did you get them? Who was wearing them at the time that you thought they were cool?
Clint Eastwood.
Right. Okay.
And I had cowboy boots. I put segs in them.
What's that?
Which the little things you nailed into the bottom.
So
right?
they sort of clip-clop as
Clip clop, right. So I'm 18, right? Those tight jeans, so tight in fact, I thought I had to went to the doctor and I said my balls are aching, and I went off. I said I've got a pain in my epididymis and all this, which I was doing biology, and he went, your jeans are too tight, they're squashing your balls, right? So I had cowboy boots, right, and pale ones, not even sort of like finished properly, sort of like just the raw sort of leather, cheap wooden bits at the bottom, segs, really tight Levi's, and a red sweatshirt with bullshit on it. That was a present.
Just embroidered on.
I looked pretty hot, baby. Oh yeah. Yeah. And I remember once as well, this was really embarrassing. I had leather jacket, and
How old were you?
Oh, this is embarrassing, 26, I think. And I just had a nice leather jacket, right? But I was bored one day, And so it's about 1986, 87.
Yeah.
87 must have been. And I just painted on the lapel a little acid. And that didn't last.
And were you going to Acid House Rave at the time?
No, of course not. No. But I remember that one didn't last long. That was in the bottom of the wardrobe immediately.
Yeah.
I knew at the time. I just thought, what
Yeah.
is that?
Yeah.
But I forgive anyone, sort of anything up to about the age of 25, right?
I don't know.
But I mean, it's getting close there, yeah. But certainly up to the age of 20. But it's the 40-year-olds. It is the 40-year-olds that just still have a little go. Goths are the best. Goths are the best.
Or the cowboy stuff, because there's never been a culture of cowboys in this country.
I know,
You know,
yeah.
so you see the 40-year-old guy with the kind of cowboy jacket with the tassels,
Yeah.
you know, or the bootleg tie.
Add that, yeah. Went to that, yeah. Did all that,
Because you've been through most phases. This is what's interesting to me about you, is you're quite self-aware.
But the most committed one was probably the New Romantic when I first went to university. So, 18, red bullshit t-shirt and tight jeans. Within a couple of months, David Sylvian, just full makeup and that.
Can I ask, because having never really subscribed to one of those fashions, one of those styles, with something like New Romantic, which you've got to be quite committed, do you ease into that slowly, start wearing a bit of nail polish, maybe an earring, and then you work your way in, or you went whole hog?
No, I remember the first time I did it, was the sort of like the first disco in my first year. Just borrowed someone's makeup, put it on, stopped at the chin, hadn't quite got the sort of like a mannequin,
right?
And then I sort of got better at it, I suppose.
Right.
Wanted to look like David Sylvian. That was the idea, and then it sort of.
And so you had to literally go out and sort of start again with your wardrobe, presumably. The cowboy boots went out, the tight jeans. You had to literally go to a shop and buy an outfit, a New Romantic outfit.
No, it was okay because in those days it was a suit. So New Romantic, you wore the suit. I didn't wear all the sort of like pirate gear and pixie boots. I sort of wore the suit and luckily before I went away I'd bought a suit from my mum's catalogue, which was one of those woolen ones that went bobbly. So not quite David Sylvian.
Yeah.
But at least I was having a go. Yeah. Well, respect.
Have you ever subscribed to any of those fashions, Karl?
Nah, just
going for the gay look now, and he wears Ben Sherman's and he shaves his head.
I remember wanting some Dr. Martens.
Yeah.
And my mum worked at a college in a canteen, and she knew I wanted some, but she got some. There was an old woman who worked in the canteen who said she had some, and it turned out to be like little granny boots. And I ended up having them for a bit.
With a little zip up the front.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, brilliant! Did you wear them?
For a bit.
Yeah. Well, you might as well. Want not. Waste not, want not. Play a record.
Have some ads.
Alright. White Stripes. The hardest button to button. Steve, I've got to find out the answer. It's been driving me mad. How many words are there in the English language? Does anyone know?
Define your terms. By English language, you mean English words.
Yeah, I don't mean how many words are there in a dictionary with all slang, different, how many English words are there that you say were English words, you know? Not
But there are so many of them which
but not
derive from-
phrases, not slang necessarily. Not.
But what about English words which are derived from French, Celtic, all the rest of it?
Well, like, cliches, okay, but they have other languages in them. But how many different English characters are there?
Right.
Because
there was
words,
some
not
news.
characters.
There was some news a few weeks ago about a fella who could, if you said a word to him, right, he'd say, yeah, that's on page 36 of the dictionary, right? And they said he remembered 80,000 words, right? So that's in a little dictionary. They said it's 80,000 words. Right, so does that clear that up?
Well, I thought there was about 100,000, right, English words in use. Not counting all the other little bits and pieces, phrases, slang. Like, I think I is in there now. Ali G, popular. Now, I don't know whether I should count that or not.
Well, if you're one of our listeners, perhaps if you know somebody who finished school, you could maybe pop next door, get them, ask them, and then email in the answer, ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk if you've got an answer for that. Talking of email correspondence, Rockbusters.
Oh.
Rick is underway. People
Have we
are
got monkey news?
Absolutely loving that.
Let's see if we can cram it in.
Have we got a film?
Yeah.
We should do that then.
Well, let's finish
do
one thing and move on, 'cause Jesus, calm down. Alright,
Right.
Rockbusters.
Let's get this third one out of the way because it's tricky.
when you say tricky,
it's tricky to say.
The initials were AP. It was,
when you take your dog out on that, or maybe on a Sunday, you know.
Come on, let him finish. Rick! Let him finish.
You take your dog there. You might go there on a Sunday. Have a taste of it when you're there. Right? That was AP.
The answer?
Alex Parks. Right? Alex
Parks.
Yeah. Kinda doesn't work, that one.
But...
That one doesn't work, I know, it's...
You know that one doesn't work?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, well that's fine.
That's what I was trying to work out when you were messing around. That's why it isn't that good.
Okay, come on. No, the other ones.
The first one was, the German fella. Can't do any photos because it's been nicked.
The German fella can't do any photos because it's been nicked.
That was,
the initials were?
AC. I've got it. Right, it's Aztec camera.
Yeah.
But what's that got to do with the German fella nicking it?
Because the way he'd say it, he'd be like, you know, Aztec camera. So why aren't you taking any pictures? Can't. Why? Aztec camera.
Why is that German?
Just sounds a bit...
Right, do you know that's rubbish then as well? You know that one doesn't work, do you?
And the second one was, if you keep eating, this bit of your body will get bigger. PC. Yeah. Phil colons. Phil.
It's honestly right, Karl. Honestly, right, okay. I don't know what the PC term is for this, but I honestly think. I think you're quite bright, and I think you're quite streetwise and all that things, but I actually think. Oh, I've got to be so careful here not to offend people, but I think you might be.
Could you maybe describe it through a sound?
You might be educationally subnormal. Does that worry you? No.
I've got by alright, I'm not gonna worry about it now. You know what I mean? I'm 30. You know what I mean? Why start worrying about it now?
But you've got the mind of a 12-year-old.
So what?
Sure.
Do you know what I mean? I don't worry about stuff. If you don't know about stuff, you don't worry about it.
Yeah.
So I'm happy.
Well, if he's educationally subnormal, I'm afraid also Matt Briggs of South East London is as well. He got all three right, as did a number of other people.
Well done.
That.
Yeah.
So he's won that stuff.
He has indeed. Player Echo, we've also got your film quiz coming up, and Monkey News. We're all looking forward to that.
Right. Monkey News.
Bit of Bowie?
Yeah, one of my favourite Bowie songs of all time, Letter to Hermione from Space Oddity.
If you've got any Christmas shopping, I should show up and do that now.
Letter to Hermione, David Bowie. Well, we've had the most convincing answer, that it's about 290,000 actual words, but possibly 3 million in our vocabulary, using all jargon and scientific stuff and all that.
Sure.
290,000. Still a lot, isn't it?
It is a lot.
We know so little, don't we?
Apparently the average person has about 20,000 words in their vocabulary, and uses maybe 2,000 a week.
Really?
Yeah. Karl, obviously, slightly bringing that average down.
Karl, what do you think of that?
Single figures.
Doesn't matter, get by. Why have you got to use longer words messing about and that? Told you. That word about old. Anti-dipuian or something. Just say old. That's a bit old, isn't it? That's a bit anti-dipuian and that. What's the point?
Yeah.
Get to the point.
Sure.
Busy.
Right, okay, are you in a film this week, Karl?
We're doing that now?
Yeah, go on. Get it over with.
Hang on a minute then.
Get it over with. Let's get this show over with. We can go home. You can go off to Lanzarote and sit on some ash.
Some charcoal.
He's not happy about that. That's annoyed him. The listeners have all ganged up on him.
Yeah.
XFM giving him 2 CDs.
We've had more calls for his resignation this week than ever before.
What do you think of that, Karl?
What do you mean?
There's another reason.
Do you know what I mean, though? Because he's grumpy, he's not just giving it, he goes, well, I can't help it, can I? I don't want it. You're being paid well to do a job. People have tuned in to be entertained, to have good songs. Me and Steve are working here.
I'm pressing the buttons, I'm paid to press the buttons, that's what I'm doing. Has every CD started on time?
Then why would they give you Monday off if you just paid to press the buttons?
Don't get every other Monday off, do I?
So have you stopped doing that now, have you?
Well, yeah.
Why?
Because there's work to do in that. But I'm not moaning about it, let's get on with it. Right, Scrooge, right, is the film that I'm in. Thought I'd do a Christmassy one.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So get people in the Christmas mood and that.
Yeah, you have got people in the Christmas mood. You're like Santa visiting them.
Right. So...
It's you in the film Scrooge?
Yeah.
Which version of Scrooge?
The old one.
Is it if it's just you moaning with bells, I'll be annoyed. Right, go
That
on
is
then.
essentially Scrooge.
Yeah.
Right, Scrooge, listen to this, and then there's some question at the end.
Alright.
And you can win some stuff and that.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
You're late.
Only 20 minutes.
What do you mean by coming in here at this time of day?
I've just been doing some Christmas shopping, haven't I? Probably do some more shopping on Monday, because it's my day off, isn't it?
Yes, I know it is. You don't have to tell me.
Got to see what I've bought Suzanne?
No, thank you.
I don't mind showing you. It's only a Christmas present, isn't it? Just bought some more condoms.
Why?
Well, I bought some last year. Got 2 boxes. They all got used, so...
I'm very glad to hear it. How much do I pay you?
Why are you asking? The presents I buy has got nothing to do with what I earn. Like I say, if I won the lottery, I wouldn't go mental on her. Do you know what I mean? I probably wouldn't even tell her, because I think she'd want to travel around the world and all that, and I'm not into that, to be honest, so I'll probably keep it quiet.
Why?
Well, once you've been around the world, where do you go next year? Each to their own, though, innit? You know what I mean?
Well, what do you want?
What for Christmas? Not that fussed, really. And you, it's just as well I'm not that fussed, because do you know I do some work at XFM? Do you know what they're giving me for Christmas present?
Nothing?
No, might as well have been nothing. 2 CDs. That's it. I was well fed up.
I'm sure you will.
They give you a list of about 30 albums and you get to pick 2 off the list. So I've gone for Kings of Leon album and the best of Bob Marley.
Mr. Marley has been dead these 7 years. In fact, he died 7 years ago this very day.
Did he? Do you know what sort of donuts Bob Marley likes?
It's not my business.
No, it's not a proper question. It's an old Peter Kay joke. He likes the ones with jam in. Do you get it? Garlic bread. It's good, isn't it?
Excellent.
Oh! Carl, well done.
Karl in Scrooge there. The only man more mean and depressed generally than Ebenezer Scrooge.
Oh, dear. Oh.
What's the question, Karl?
Well, if people have been listening from the start, right, what albums am I getting?
Yeah.
Is that good?
Mm-hmm.
Good, yeah.
What albums am I getting from, for working for this place for 6 years? Alright?
Ricky Gervais at xfm.co.uk.
Snow Patrol and Run on XFM. Wow. Nearly your last show, Karl, for about 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Carl's off to Lanzarote. Next week. We're doing it with Ian Camfield next Saturday. Then we're off, because it's day after Boxing Day, isn't it? Or 20, yeah. And then, we're back on the 3rd, I think, aren't we, all together?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, what have you got? I think we should have done something like some roundups, like Cheeky Freak of the Week. We could have done Cheeky Freak of the Year. What's your Freak of the Year, Karl, if I put it to you?
What, out of all the ones that I found out about?
Yeah, all the ones that have ever been, yeah. Well, no, you could have the Elephant Man in there that you found out about at the end of the 19th century. Go on.
Watched The Elephant Man again last week.
Good?
Yeah, loved it. Probably that one, the kid who was like 7, but aged to about 38. That was pretty weird. That amazed me. That sort of blew my mind.
No, it was worse than that. She was about 90 or something, wasn't she?
She is now. But back then...
Oh, a couple of months ago she was 38,
Yeah.
but because of the aging.
She's sort of aged fast and that.
Yeah.
It's really...
This is the one that you think should be allowed to get fags and beer and an off-licence because she's got the body of a 90-year-old.
Well, yeah, it's only fair, isn't it? Let her have a decent life.
Even though she's 6.
If she wants a packet of fags, The doctor said, you know, you're older and that. Even though you're 6, you are sort of 72. If she wants a packet of fags, let them have them.
She was 72 September, wasn't she? Yeah.
So,
yeah.
but it was that's
Do
probably
you
the
actually
weirdest
think that would
thing.
be a good idea to give a 6-year-old with an Asian disease a packet of fags
If that's what they want, if that's what they want.
and a pint of Tennant's?
All the stress and that she goes through. It was saying something about how she has to have a passport picture done every 3 months or something. Do you know what I mean?
Wow.
That's what she's dealing with. So that was probably the weirdest.
Can we just say that Karl doesn't take the mickey out of these freaks?
No.
These people. He...
I just, you know, it's things that fascinate me at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Things like that are weird. And things that, I mean, there's certain things that people get excited about that I think, well, what are you getting excited for?
Like what?
News, just news. Do you know I normally do the headlines and that?
Yeah. Have we got any headlines?
Not really, because there isn't that much going on.
Isn't there?
This was what annoyed me though. There was something about a woman who's going up Everest on a bike. Do you know what I mean? And they were like, oh, brilliant. But I don't think that's that good. When someone's done it walking.
Where
doing it
would,
on a bike's
the
easy,
woman?
isn't it?
Where would the woman who complained about you come in the years chart?
That's
do you mean?
yeah, that's the woman with the enormous head. Lest we forget.
Yeah.
She took offence to some of the comments you made on the show, and rightly so.
I can,
You
yeah,
were-
I can
what you
understand.
say, yeah.
I was out of order, and, you know, so I'm sorry about that.
Yeah. Well, I'll just explain again that Karl. I mean, it's the freak of the week is sort of like more of a punchy catchphrase than a derogatory term. And Karl's fascination and childlike. I mean, I think we'd have to include Karl in the roundup.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean, he'd certainly be in the top 10.
I think the fact that she didn't sort of pursue any official complaints means that, you know, she's a bigger person than you, Karl.
Yeah, really, because, you know...
Certainly, you know,
Well, you know, so...
headwise. She is. Karl, you're going to do some news stories,
you
I
want?
think.
Well, like I said, there hasn't been that much going on. There's a story about a fella who hasn't eaten for 70 years.
Right.
He
He hasn't eaten, is that all that's all the information you're going to give us?
Yeah, hasn't eaten for 70 years. Hasn't had a drink, but he's alright.
That's rubbish then. Next.
It's not rubbish.
Yeah, it is, yeah. Next. Well, what is it? How is that? How is a man not eaten or drunk for 70 years?
It's that thing, isn't it? Your belly gets used to it or something.
Steve, has he misinterpreted it or is it rubbish?
Well, it does, to be honest with you, it doesn't actually offer any explanation. It just says that that's what happened.
Right, so that's rubbish.
It doesn't go on to
Next.
anything else.
A woman's had 6 organs transplanted. Woman needed a new kidney, a new heart, a new stomach, a new liver, new kidney, intestine.
Does that mean that she's the same woman?
I know. You'd
Yeah.
just say forget it, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you though?
Well, not really. You know, the organ is just a lump of tissue.
If you're that knackered, call it a day. I reckon don't waste time with that.
Yeah,
And
good advice.
there's a woman who hasn't slept for 8 years as well.
Well, that's impossible.
Again, you want to see that, Steve?
Yeah.
That's the news for the week.
Yeah, all rubbish.
Turn off now.
Next. Do you want to apologise once more for anyone you might have offended over the year?
Yeah, like I say, I never want to upset anyone. We're
No,
just chatting about stuff
it's just chatting. It's from the heart. You see something, you say, "Oh, it looks a bit like so and so," or "Isn't it a bit?" You're not really, you know, you don't really try and hurt anyone's feelings, do you?
But I think most people know that.
And I've got to apologise for laughing at anything you say. I actually can't help it. Again, it's not vindictive, but when Karl comes out with some of the things he says, it's impossible for me not to laugh or react. So, have a Merry Christmas, everyone.
Well, before that, Rick, is there some final, for the year, Monkey News?
Tell you what, let's play a good song.
Okay.
Right, we'll have a bit of monkey news, and then that's it.
A bit of Amy Mann, then.
Perfect.
Brilliant, this one. No Choice in the Matter, by Amy Mann, on XFM 104.9. Well, now it's Monkey News.
Well, before Monkey News, Rick, can I just mention to people, if they enjoyed that version of Free Love Freeway that we played earlier on the show, the kind of alt country version.
Yeah.
That was by Ben O'Sullivan, and hopefully if you check out his website, if you're interested, you probably can download something, or maybe he'll tell you when he's going to release it. That's benosullivan.com, one word, benosullivan.com. Good luck to Ben, Happy New Christmas to him, and New Year, best of.
Yeah, rearrange these words into a well-known phrase of the time of year.
Yeah.
Initials, MC.
Okay,
Okay.
play the jingle.
Oh, What is it?
Chimpanzee that.
Oh yeah, chimpanzee that! Monkey news!
Right, well, the last one of the year. It's not that good, but this is all that's been going on all week.
Yeah.
Little monkey. What happened is, it's this plane, right? Aeroflot, I think it is, Russian airline. Having a good flight, everything's going normal and that.
This is gonna be libelous. The pilot, sorry I mustn't interrupt my son. How tall was the pilot on this flight?
Okay, listen, we've had a few complaints, people saying, don't interrupt monkey news.
Okay.
Don't interrupt monkey
I
news.
won't then.
It's like the weather girl complaining whilst Trevor McDonald's doing the...
Okay, alright, go on then. Go on then.
Alright, so, the flight's going well. Food's been served and all the rest of it. Anyway, someone gets upset about not having many nuts.
Right, they've not got enough nuts.
They hand the nuts out and that. One of the sort of passengers is going mental.
What's he saying?
He's just
What
going
language
mad.
is he talking? Is he Russian or English?
So anyway, there's a bit of a fight going on. Fight starts happening. People are going, "What's up with that little fella?" Right?
The little hairy bloke.
So they sort of drag him.
What's wrong with Bob Hoskins? And why is he screaming? Why isn't he talking in his usual Cockney accent? Why is Bob Hoskins screaming and grabbing at nuts?
So you've ruined it. Right?
Come on!
Forget it.
What have I ruined?
Right, Rick, turn his microphone off.
Okay.
We can't interrupt you.
Right. So anyway, so there's a fight going on. Nuts are going everywhere, right? So, anyway, so they manage to tie him down. They get him on the floor, tie his legs up and that, right?
His little legs.
Get him to...
Come on!
See you later. Have a good Christmas.
No! Karl, how dare you! Finish the story.
All that happened is they got back. It turned out that he shouldn't have been on the plane anyway.
Why?
His passport wasn't valid.
Right.
And you can't cause problems on planes and that. So he got put in a cell for a bit. Turned out it was a little monkey. Alright?
Quick question, how did he complain about the shortage of nuts?
Yeah.
He just was going mental.
Right, he didn't actually call over a stewardess, he just...
Well, how did he get on the plane in the first place? What
Right.
ticket did he have?
Have a good Christmas and that.
But you
eh?
know it's rubbish. You
See
must
you
know
later.
that's rubbish.
Alright. All
You
the
must
best.
know that's rubbish.
All the best.
You must know that's rubbish.
Where was he going?
Comfort and Sound by Feeder on XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais. With me, Stephen Merchant.
Hello there.
But no Karl Pilkington.
No
He's
Karl.
in Lanzarote.
Lanzarote,
But we have got a very, very special stand-in. It's Camfield. Say hello.
I'm so excited to be here. It's
Yeah.
been, the things I've learned in the last 10 minutes before we've even gone on air. Like, you
Yeah.
don't have a theme tune.
I don't have a theme
No.
tune, I don't wear headphones.
Exactly.
Ian wears headphones with a preamp. He's got 3 midgets just brought in his backline.
Yeah.
Right? They're called Dog, Mongo and Blitzkrieg. Look, Blitzkrieg is up there, they're eating a banana.
Yeah.
He is the King of Rock, the new King of Rock.
Well,
the Prince, he's the Prince of Rock. Obviously Vance is the King of Rock. But, we'll be doing that, we're working out who. Over this, and by the way, Camfield, I don't want the Ian Camfield that does XFM and going, and it's fast approaching 1:23, here's Ash. I want the Camfield that goes, I snorted ants with Lemmy. Okay? So, we want the real Camfield.
Alright, I bought in Metal Christmas, is that alright?
Yeah.
That's my only request from this show, that we do play Paul Di'Anno's version of Santa Claus is Coming to Town. The rest of it's over to you.
Yeah, we're gonna play some Christmas tunes, we're gonna play some, our favourite hits of the year, but mainly, this is the rock programme. This is the rock programme.
What worries me, Rick, is there's a lot of people who listen to our show and they're not regular XFM listeners, they just kind of crawl
They're
out
not
of their
regular
morphine
people.
stupid on a Saturday afternoon, put a show on, so they might not be familiar with
Well,
Ian's
Ian
work.
Camfield is a young man, he's been in,
He's about 14.
He's been in radio, it's weird, he's 14, but he's been in radio for 15 and a half years.
extraordinary.
He was weaned on the milk of a Vance.
Yeah.
Right? And, he's gonna be the new rock god, aren't you?
Well, I'm trying.
Yeah. No DJ Camfield. Just go, yeah! Right? And over the 2 hours, I want to work out the 4 pillars of rock, right? I want 4 names, 4 pillars of rock, right? Huge rock pillars, and then I want the king who stands astride them like the archangel of metal. So, we'll be asking Ian, every few minutes we're asking, right, who's your first pillar of rock? And then, keeping the one that stands astride them. Okay?
And how many do we need?
Well, we need 5 names then, don't we? The 4 pillars of rock and who stands astride them.
Right,
Okay.
Like the Overlord with these Axe Attack albums.
Yeah. Yeah. This is Oasis. Christmas.
Oasis doing their version of Merry Christmas, everyone. It's Christmas. It seems only appropriate that we play the occasional Christmas tune. There aren't many decent ones.
We'll be playing the greatest not just Christmas, one of the greatest songs of all time, but certainly the greatest Christmas tune of all time, Fairy Tale in New York.
Is that gonna be the version done by, what's his name, out of Boyzone?
Has he done one?
Yeah. Because he's lived the hard rock and roll life.
What's his name?
What is his name?
Ronan Keating?
Yeah.
He wasn't bad on Room 101, actually. I think he's lightened up a little bit.
Good luck to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did as well.
Yeah.
A lot of people ask me, Canfield, I'm sure you can, you've probably got experiences of your own that you might want to talk about, but people ask me what Ricky's like in real life. And I don't want to get grotesque, it's Christmas, people are listening, people are eating sandwiches, but he has a flatulence problem. I don't know if you're aware of this.
It's not a problem.
Right. Well, it is for us.
Yeah.
You may not know. I think the problem with Ricky is Ricky hates to miss out on anything. He's terrified that there's going to be something going on that he's missing out on. A conversation, a joke, someone falling over, you know. And, so he daren't spend any time in the lavatory, because it's too, any period of time he spends in there, he could be missing out on some fun. So he kind of tries to get his lavatory, you know, occupying time down to a minimum, an absolute minimum. Plenty of pissing, there's loads of that, but none of the other activity, really. I mean, you keep that really, it's like you're in, you're out, and sometimes I don't think you've done the full job, Rick.
Yeah.
And today, I'll tell you this, my eyes were bleeding. It's intense. It's just a word of warning, because the kitchen at XFM is out of bounds now. No one's going in there until the new year.
A to J in the library.
A to J in the record library. I'll tell you this, I don't know if, like, Tony Blackburn's in the building.
His wig will fall off.
But seriously,
not that he wears a wig. He doesn't wear a wig.
But if he's going down now, maybe he wants to play some Beach Boys. I mean, seriously, forget I'm a Celebrity, get me out of here. Forget you might have survived in the jungle, Tony. But you go down there, mate.
Tony, would you rather eat a plate of maggots or go and get Beach Boys?
Exactly.
Saying A to J. Oh, pot pickers.
Exactly.
Jesus Christ.
It is absolutely extraordinary down there.
Oh,
so I'll just be warned.
But it's Christmas. It's Christmas.
Why would Blackburn be listening to this?
I don't know, he's probably doing a bit of Christmas shopping.
Sure.
And he's out and about with probably got his little, you know, personal stereo on.
Yeah.
And he goes, oh, I'll listen to the boys at XFM. Exactly. And Canfield, what do you think of it so far?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's not Vance, is it? Okay, who is secured as one of the pillars of rock?
Lemmy.
Of course he is.
Never changes his boots. 2 pairs of trousers. 3 shirts.
Really?
Yeah.
And he just alternates them, does he?
Yeah,
so
he
might have the same pair of trousers for 2 weeks, but the different shirt.
Is it true his rider is a bottle of Jack Daniels and 40 Marlboro?
No, it's like one of those 100 packs.
No.
Yeah. One of the 100 packs of Marlboro, and he like keeps them stuck in his boots, which don't change. Actually, I think I'm right in saying like that one of the like 2 left boots as well, because one of them did break, and he had 2 pairs, but he's now only got 1. But he's got
Lemmy, that is Lemmy then. Lemmy is one of the pillars of rock. What would Phil Lynott get anywhere near this?
Yeah, he would have done.
Let's play some Lizzie then. Don't believe a word. Thin Lizzy on XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais, with me Steve Merchant, and over there Campbells.
Is that your impression of me?
Yeah.
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 The rock one's better.
The rock one's better.
Yeah, you shouldn't try and be a DJ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Growing up with Diano Tuesday night.
Ian, I know you're keen to know this, Rick. What are your thoughts on XFM? Let's get behind the facade of Canfield.
What do you think about this? Because we used to have, you know, some conversations, you know,
You've been with XFM since the beginning, haven't you?
Oh, I've been here forever, yeah. It's alright, isn't it? I mean, it's not quite magic.
Well, no, a few things are.
You know, got me eyes on the big 105.4, obviously, eventually.
What, magic?
Yeah.
Now, do you think you want to do, like, a rock programme on something like Virgin or Radio 1 eventually?
Nah, I don't think so.
No?
No.
What do you want to do then? What do you want to do?
I wanna start playing stuff like the Eagles and Steely Dan and Bruce Hornsby in the Range, truth be known.
But you'd have to go quite mainstream.
In your bedroom? What?
But on what sort of platform though? Because, you know, the good thing about those is they are really popular. They are, I mean, I think the Eagles' Greatest Hits is the biggest selling album of all time now. It's overtaken Thriller.
Yeah.
So, I mean, those...
What, you're saying Iron Maiden aren't popular? Like what I play now?
Are actually popular, but they've got a very
Slipknot,
tight fan
Fear
base.
Factory.
I mean, Iron Maiden can go to #1 with just their fans buying it and then slip away again, can't they?
Yeah.
But everyone sort of likes the Eagles, don't they?
Yeah.
I mean, I think still. So you could get on sort of like Radio 2 maybe, the rock programme on Radio 2. Who does it at the moment? Is there one?
No, there's not one. I should do a demo maybe.
Okay, well let's
I love the way we're talking about my career and other radio stations I could work for. Do you know something I don't?
No.
No, I'm just saying that this place is not
going down the tube, isn't it? It's going down the tube. I mean, you're gonna be like, I mean, You'd abandon the sinking ship, wouldn't you? You wouldn't hang around, would you? You wouldn't fiddle as Rome Byrne.
I mean, we got a couple of pies cooking in the States, so we're not going to be here to keep it afloat.
No.
You know, the weekends.
But we want to take the good guys with us.
Right.
So, when this crumbles and they make it into a car park for Capital, I want to see you on Radio 2, Friday nights, 10 till 12, pure rock.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Right, well, that's the pitch, isn't it? Friday nights, 10 to 12, pure rock.
Okay, if anyone's listening to the BBC, it's Camfield. He is the new Vance.
Molten metal, maybe.
Molten metal. That's good.
My only concern with TV work for Ian is he doesn't look like the obvious rocker. I mean, people are listening, they probably imagine he's got the long, greasy hair,
but that's the modern look.
T-shirt.
Lots of modern bands now, they've got,
I'm not slagging off, I'm just saying I wonder if the
they've
fans...
got short hair. It's not all long hair and strange beards and tattoos.
No, the days of them all looking like Lemmy and smelling like Ricky are well and truly gone, you know?
Yeah. Have you ever had the long hair? Have you ever gone in for that?
No.
Never tried that?
No. But I've got bullet belts and stuff like that.
Right.
You know, if you'd have wanted me to dress up, I would have dressed up and brought CDs. I mean, obviously I should have prepared more for this show.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna play some classic rock, aren't we? I think we're gonna play The Who. We got Jump, Van Halen, that's a classic, isn't it?
Yeah, I think I've got that about 5 times on every Driving album I brought in for you.
Okay, and so...
Are we gonna play Since You've Been Gone?
Yes. Yeah. What's next?
British Sea Power.
Yeah, I thought we should play a couple of singles that we've enjoyed over the last year or so, and this is one of them. Carry On, play at Camfield.
And don't forget, Paul Di'Anno and Santa Claus is Coming to Town's coming on as well.
Paul Di'Anno doesn't snort ants, he snorts anteaters.
Carry On from British Sea Power on XFM 104.9. Not bad at all. Now, listen, we should just point out to people that Karl's away, and we always slag him off because he provides very little. But
and he's an idiot.
Well, exactly, to be fair. But he's obviously off in Lanzagrote, and he's forgotten to tell us what the password is for our email, Rick.
Idiot.
So we can't get into the email. So we're gonna have to use Ian's email instead. ian.camfield@xfm.co.uk if you want to get in touch.
You're never gonna have so many emails, Ian.
Really?
Yeah, you're gonna be looking at them all week. It's gonna be brilliant for you. You're gonna feel really popular. You know what Heat described Karl as a bald little mank twat.
Nice.
Karl was going, brilliant. Is that allowed? Is that alright?
Yeah.
Bless him. Bald little mank twat is back on the 3rd, isn't he?
Well, if there's one thing that magazine's
Well,
good
was
at,
he
it's
suggesting you
accuracy.
can't be regionalist?
What?
Was he suggesting you can't be regionalist? Is that allowed?
No, I just think it's a familiarity of, it's just because we call him a bald little mank twat, that a national magazine can say that. Oh, bless his little round head. Wonder what he's doing now. He's sitting in the ash, reading his, reading his Rich Hall book. Yeah, he spent a week when he went to, where was it? St. Lucia. He spent a week, right? Throwing sand at crabs.
Yeah. I don't think they've even got crabs, have they, over there?
No, I don't know what he's gonna do. What is he gonna do? Suzanne, what is she gonna do?
He's gonna be whinging.
But it's sort of like, Karl must be like, you must like sit him in front of a video while you go and make the dinner or something.
Yeah.
It must be a nightmare taking a pet. Has she got a little harness for him?
To be fair though, Rick, I mean, I can't imagine you're much better on holiday. I've always wondered what that must be like. Because you always need an audience. You've always got to have someone around that you can perform for, drop your trousers for.
Annoy,
just generally sing and dance about. And, Jane's seen it all. She's bored of you. So what, do you just do this to other people on the beach? Holiday makers, it is me. You can't believe your luck, Ricky Gervais.
Do you want me to annoy? Do you want me to annoy you?
Yeah, exactly.
I can annoy you for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Because then I'll get bored myself. I'll tell you what, I want some ads, and after that, the Fairy Tale in New York.
Oh.
XFM Hoax, featuring Kirsty McCall, and a Fairy Tale of New York. Brilliant, on XFM 104.9.
That's the song I think that single-handedly keeps Shane MacGowan in gin for another year.
It must do
Just
well,
about
though.
keeps- I'm sure it does.
I absolutely love it. I still love it. I saw it on Top of the Pops too. And it's just brilliant. I mean, he wasn't great at miming, but it didn't bother me.
Sure.
He's miming to a different song, probably.
Yeah, in his head. It was great.
I had a little visit in the week, Rick. I think
Go
you
on.
missed out. A little Christmas visit from, I know he's a friend of yours. He's a friend of he's a friend of the nation.
Go on.
TV illusionist Darren Brown.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's bought a new pad.
Yeah.
And, he just came around to tell me about it.
Yeah.
And, it's interesting because,
Somewhere to keep his guns.
Exactly. And, I can never know kind of how much, he's just playing with your mind, experimenting. But he was telling me about the place, and
He
apparently...
say he loves you?
he's got a B-day. In the house. Now, we were discussing B-days because...
Never understood that.
I've never got my head around it. To this day,
He's not meant to.
Well, no. But I've never I don't think I've ever met anyone who's used a bidet.
Oh, Darren Brown does. He's known as the cleanest arse in Modern Magic.
Yeah.
Shiny arse, they call him.
But we were chatting about it, I don't really know, to be truthful, I don't really know how you use them. I don't know.
Well, I assume you just sort of go over it and let...
But do you face the wall with your knees on the tiles?
No,
or do you
I
face
think
away from the wall?
No, it's sort of like you just... I don't...
And
no.
you know it's got the little
Do you
nozzle.
sit on it, or do you sort of hover above it?
Do you hover above it and just splash things onto them?
No, it's a little jet, isn't it? It does it for you, doesn't it?
But is there a jet? This is what I'm wondering. Is there a jet of water that goes up the crap?
It's like it's a drinking fountain.
That's
you used to have in school.
yeah.
Which, I mean, I remember Mr. Mellows used to embarrass himself every time. I go, no! He's in the middle of the playground, Mr. Mellows!
Yeah.
It's not a bidet!
We're not at your French, cottage again.
Yeah, I don't... Bidet sounds French.
Well, I'm assuming it's French.
After, you know, they're probably so embarrassed about just sort of like squatting over a hole.
Yeah.
They go, well, at least we can clean it.
Have they? Because I haven't been to France for years. But are they still persevering with the public toilets? Which is just a hole in the ground?
I mean, I think they have
Has a single Frenchman travelled anywhere else in the world?
Yeah,
and seen that now?
This is uncomfortable. I know. My trousers go down.
To Delhi, and I think there's proper decent porcelain.
I know. I can't believe it. I think they have got the flush ones now, mainly for the tourists.
Sure. Yeah.
But I've never really understood that.
But it's not. You don't go in. It's not like because they're literally crapping into an open sewer, aren't they? That's the French approach to the public lavatory. Do they have the bidet next to the hole?
No. The toilet is a toilet, isn't it?
Right.
But it's just like. It's sort of like it's like going in the bottom of a shower with a big hole at the bottom. But I don't know.
And do you I mean, again, not wishing to get graphic, but do you use the bidet instead of the toilet paper? Is it used in conjunction with, or instead of?
Do you know what? I've honestly never used a bidet.
Because it's not really a working class thing, is it? The bidet.
No, but well, it sort of came in with sort of like purpose-built houses, didn't it? They sort of like shot up all over the. No pun intended. All over the sort of 70s. You know what I mean? It was like a, in salmon pink, there was toilet, sink and bidet.
Yeah.
We won't be using the bidet.
Exactly.
Fill it with ice, put some beer in that.
Yeah.
Because none of my friends washes their arse.
There are people who refuse to touch their, the hole with the hands, and they only use a bidet, so if they're at a party and there's no bidet.
Well, Karl doesn't like feeding his bollocks for cancer, because he says he doesn't like the texture of them.
Sure.
Well, so I mean, so he'd probably love a bidet if he didn't have to go.
Are there kind of upper-class women who just waddle into the dining room in sophisticated trousers around their ankles going, where's the bidet? It's filthy.
Where's the bidet?
I don't know.
We use the paper. The what?
I think the fish was off. I'm going berserk up there.
Get me a bidet.
Yeah, one of you lie on the floor.
Or I am climbing into the sink and turning the tap upside down. It's the only way I can do it. Yeah. Bidet. Thoughts on bidets?
Have you ever used one?
Well, no, you told me all this, but you still haven't got to the bottom of how you use them.
No, I
don't know.
I don't know how to use it.
Do they come, you need to ask Darren Brown, does it come with, like, instructions, like a flat pack?
I think you're supposed to know. I think you're supposed to, if you've bought a bidet, the assumption is you know how to use it.
Imagine someone installing it and going, there you go, there's a bidet. You go, can you show me how to use it? Well, you like this? Well, no, let's go to the toilet first. Do the whole thing, otherwise I won't know in context.
I'll just sit here in the corner, that's fine.
Okay.
Do you read a magazine when you're normally going? Or
well, I might do, but I mean, I don't really want to do it with you here, but how will I know?
Exactly. I need to know how you transport yourself from the lavatory to the bidet.
Do you remember when we were trying to offer Karl money to have a shower with Johnny?
Yeah. just some of the highlights of the year.
That's a weird thing to do.
Yeah.
We nearly had him there, and then he didn't want us to watch.
Yeah.
We said, well, how will we know that you've done it or not?
Yeah.
He went, you are definitely bent. That's his conclusion. What we got lined up?
Well, hang on, let's just say, if anyone's got any idea, sort of how to use a bidet, maybe...
Any idea for anything to talk about on this show?
Well, that doesn't involve crapping. Or farting.
We've done that.
Yeah.
We haven't done Little Chinese Fellas or the Gays yet. That's still to come in the second hour.
Ian.Camfield@xfm.co.uk if you've got any thoughts on bidets or just, lavatories generally. Richard Ashcroft on XFM, Check the Meaning. I think it was out this year and we enjoyed it. So we
I certainly had a thought then that, someone like Richard Ashcroft, who's really cool. I mean, I think one of our greatest rock and rollers, really. He writes great tunes, does great albums. The Verve, already in history. I just suddenly thought of him listening to this and thinking, I wish they wouldn't play my songs because I don't want to be associated with that drivel.
Yeah. Most
people get a buzz out of it, get it on the radio. Do you think people say, don't let Gervais
guilty by association?
Do you know what I mean? I love that song. I love Check the Meaning. I thought it was a lovely song. And he's thinking, they're gonna sandwich it between talk about little gay Chinese fellas and bidets.
Yeah.
And it's gonna make me look
What worries
bad.
me, Rick, is that there were, you know, if we had to draw up some kind of list of artists who would allow us to play their songs, it's gonna be such a short list. Gary Glitter, you know, it's gonna be a few people who, you know, are slightly more shameful than us.
I just thought of something. There are 1 billion people in China.
Mhm.
And I assume it's the same percentage of homosexuality occurs as that to 1 billion, 1 in 10. That means there's 100 million little gay Chinese fellas running around.
Richard Ashcroft, if you're listening, I apologise for that last.
Think about it. Are you okay? War's over. I heard a DJ in the week. I won't say who it was, but sort of like a cheesy sort of housewife choice DJ, and he played that, and he went, weird one that, isn't it? What do you think of that the first time you heard it? Strange one. John Lennon, Yoko Ono, war is over. Here's the moment at least out there. I love that!
Oh.
What does he mean?
That's exactly what I want from a DJ. That
Yeah.
kind of insight.
We were talking before the break about how many little Chinese fellas there are.
Yeah.
Billions.
An awful lot of them.
Brilliant, good, more the merrier.
Are you familiar, Rick, with the scary fact, I don't know, Camford, if you're aware of this, and
Go on.
it's chilling. I don't know where I've heard this from, but apparently, and this is kind of legend, I didn't just make this up, this is well known, that if all the Chinese people in China, right, no, come on, if they all jumped up and down at the same time, apparently, this is what they say, apparently it would cause a tidal wave
that would wipe out America.
that would destroy America.
I love the idea of coordinating that.
Brilliant. Well, I like the idea that, firstly, they don't need, weapons of mass destruction, they don't need nuclear weapons, because
No.
they got that
They
threat
can't have one
constantly.
that. You can't count
No.
a tidal wave as a weapon of mass destruction.
jumping.
Tony Blair could send in sort of people, you know, UN people going, look out for anyone jumping.
Exactly.
You know,
All they need is an immense sort of skipping rope.
oh yeah, once a little fella in Japan holding
Yeah,
one end,
exactly.
little fella in Russia holding the other.
Exactly, yeah.
And they go, on your marks, you'd have a lot of coordination over that one little...
Maybe like someone like
would be
Mr. Motivator, kind of coordinating it all from the
Yeah,
top of the
yeah,
wall, sort of
yeah.
looking down.
The
It's
Chinese
got-
equivalent.
Yeah.
That's right, yeah. That would be...
Because I think that's why they built the wall. I think that's why they built the
To
Great
jump
Wall.
off the wall.
Exactly, they just climb on that wall. That's the way it's done, that's the threat.
And that's why America started the space race.
Yeah.
Because you can see it from space.
Exactly.
So they go...
They're up there monitoring
This is,
constantly.
Eagle to, Houston. There's lots of little Chinese fellas about to jump.
Yeah.
This is Houston. Are they wearing them lampshade
We just need to
hats?
confirm they're Chinese. Are they wearing those, are they wearing those conical hats that look a bit like a lampshade?
They
Yes,
are. They are. We just have to confirm they're Chinese.
Because if I was the leader of China, what is the name of the, is he the king of China?
We're so ill-educated,
Is
aren't
he
we?
the king of China? The
It's
czar
not
of China?
King, is it? What is it?
Is Chairman Mao still there? Is he
It's
still
chairman
still?
someone else probably, the new chairman. I
Or
don't
chairwoman, don't be sexist. And,
know. Actually, you know when I said there's, 1 billion people in China, so there's 100 million little gay Chinese fellas.
Yeah.
Someone phoned up to say half of them are women.
yeah. Well, of course.
Yeah.
Straight on the phone with that.
Well, I meant little lesbian fellas or little gay fellas.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't being sexist.
But if
I'm
I
just
was-
saying there's probably 100 million little gay Chinese people.
What worries me, Rick, is if I was the premier of China, or if it was some of the people I went to
Is
school
it
with.
premier?
Oh, whoever is, the king of China. If I was the king of China, right? Isn't he the king of China and king and I? Or is that, he's somewhere else, isn't he?
That's Siam, isn't it?
I don't know. Is that not,
rubbish, aren't we?
is that not in China?
We're not.
Where's Siam then?
We're not. It's Ceylon now, isn't it? I don't know. Or was that? Oh my God! Someone educated listening must be tearing their hair
Yeah,
out,
screaming
listening
at
to 3 buffoons
But listen,
in a room.
if I was the king of China, let's assume he's the king of China.
Okay, yeah, you'd be tall.
But you know when sometimes you've had a few drinks, whatever, you know, I mean, I'm sure you've done that thing where you order a pizza for someone, you know, a mate or whatever, or send a taxi round to their house, something like that.
Yeah.
What I do is I just phone up George W. Bush and go, seriously, mate, you better send some stuff over, money and that, and
Yeah.
videos, because seriously, they're all outside now. 1, 2,
Yeah.
you know, and you can freak them out. It'd be
Send us
brilliant.
some knives and forks, because I am fed up with these sticks.
Yeah.
It's
I
ridiculous.
don't know why we're still sticking with them.
I can't pick up the tiniest little bit of chicken.
It's crazy.
It's rubbish. Send us some cutlery.
I'm having a nightmare eating yogurt.
Oh dear. This is 104.9 Racist FM.
Absolutely.
Jody Louis. Should we apologise for that?
Not at all, no.
That's right, isn't
Stand
it?
by it, yeah, it's
That was
good.
his follow-up to You'll Always Find Me in the Kitchen at Parties.
Yeah.
One of my favourite lyrics. She was into French cuisine, but I ain't no cordon bleu. Brilliant.
Yeah, looking forward to playing that in the new year.
What happened to B.A. Robertson?
Don't
He
know.
knocked it off. I was standing in the corner and the ball came across. What was the other one he did?
Don't know, I don't know. We're not as old as you.
Oh no.
This is all gobbledygook to us.
XFM 104.9, that's Jonah Louis.
Yeah, you're not listening to Classic Gold. Amazingly.
I've still got my own teeth.
I think, Rick, I was the subject of a, Christmas con in the week.
What, you mean, you bought something for £4, then saw it for £3.90 as you walked home?
That would make me livid.
Because I've seen you really livid.
I'm absolutely furious. When I bought my PlayStation, I saw I could get it for a £5 cheaper down the road. I was absolutely
And
fuming.
you'd already walked to about 19 places, I remember. I actually left you after about an hour.
Yeah. No, I do. I'm furious because I got to get a bargain. I hate feeling that I'm being ripped off.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you this, I'm loving online shopping. Oh, the savings I'm making, Rick.
Really?
It's crazy.
Really?
Getting 15, 20 quid off some things.
Is it really?
Oh, amazing.
But these things, I might point out, I like Jaguars and, Mitsubishi cars.
Exactly.
Yeah, but it's worth shopping round.
No, this was not so much a con. Well, it was a con, but it wasn't so much one of those, just a missed bargain.
Yeah.
Doorbell rings, answer it. It's a couple of girls. They must have been 13 or 14, maybe. Now, I've always had a problem with teenagers. I'm intimidated by teenagers.
In case they call you a dork or something.
Well, I mean, I told you before, I was walking down the street once, and, there's two guys coming towards me. I mean, real losers. Do you know what I mean? Glasses, the spots, greasy hair. Do you know, really pathetic. And I was sniggering to myself. I was thinking, look at those losers. And as I passed them, I heard one of them look at me and say to his mate, look at that geek. I was furious. I was thinking, I'm allowed to call you a nerdlinger, but gee, I didn't expect it back. I was really furious and upset. And so, as I say, these teenagers are at the door, and they were quite aggressive, quite aggressive girls. And they had a piece of A4 paper, and they went, we're doing a sponsored thing. Yeah. But I didn't quite catch what it was they were doing that was sponsored. I think they sort of fudged it. They went, we're doing a sponsor.
Oh, yeah.
And I went, right. And they went, do you want to sponsor us?
Boy, they picked on the wrong person.
I was a bit intimate. I don't know why I said no. I was worried maybe it was part of some kind of, hidden camera show,
Yeah.
And, so I said, yeah, all right, I'll sponsor you. So they handed me this form, and I always thought you were supposed to have quite an official-looking form for any sponsorship thing. But this was literally a piece of A4 torn out of a notepad.
It was the back of a Gareth Gates poster.
Exactly.
And, with some blue tack on it.
Yeah, well, and I looked at it, and I didn't really absorb it, but it had things like, Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Smith, £5. Yeah. And then no one's actual address, just Finchley Road, nothing too specific.
Yeah.
So I wrote my name on, and, put down £3. A lot of people were giving fivers, but I thought, I'm not made of money, it's Christmas. I've got to buy gifts and stuff.
Yeah. So I gave him a fiver and asked for change.
Yeah, well, I gave him £3. I said, I'll sponsor you for £3. Best of luck. And they went, can we have the money? And I said, well, aren't you supposed to do the thing? And the woman the girl just looked at me, she just went, no. So I gave her £3.
But what difference does it make?
Well, I'm assuming, though, that it's not going to any charity. It's no sponsored
thing at all. But then, I'm not being funny, the charity that it's not going to, you wouldn't have given to it anyway.
It's true enough.
So all that's happened is, you're £3 down.
But I'm £3 down.
Yeah, but if it would have gone to charity, it'd be £3 down. The fact that it hasn't gone to charity doesn't matter, because you wouldn't have given it to charity.
Yeah, but if it had gone to charity, Rick, I'd have felt a little bit superior, a little bit smug. That'd have kept me going for another 6 months. Whereas now, it's just gone to a couple of weeks off the street, who are scamming people. Possibly old people, Rick, and that's who I feel sorry for. They've not got a great deal of money. That's why I'm not worried about myself. I've got a bit of cash. What about the old people?
Yeah. Although you are £3 down, which probably still hurts, doesn't it?
It's still stinging. That's why I just like to tell you now, get off your chest. It's
Merry Christmas.
Thing, yeah.
Just be careful.
If you're living up in North London, be careful. There's two girls that are going around. I expect, they might come to your door.
But they might
be wary.
Be genuine.
No, I don't think so.
No.
They were common. They were very common. Do you know what I mean?
Was the giveaway things like, Santa Claus had given £10,
exactly.
Tony Blair had given £1. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I think you were conned, mate.
Yeah.
Right. Won't Get Fooled Again by The Who. Ian, I'm gonna ask your expert opinion. Is that not one of the greatest rock songs of all time?
Yeah, if you'd have played the proper version of it.
I know, but it's 6.5 minutes, and we usually do, but we just thought, it's Christmas, people wanna, have him and more Jonah Louis.
Yeah, but we could have played like the full 8 minutes rather than making the show sound like strolling round your local Asda with the Christmas songs with a little bit more racism.
That to me sounds like fighting talk. You want a rock challenge, Camfield. You can't handle the truth. I'm gonna rock this out the last 40 minutes.
Can we put Keith Moon in the monologue?
I was gonna ask you. He's my favourite drummer of all time. Will you go along with that?
Yeah, absolutely.
So we got Lemmy and Keith Moon.
Yeah.
Are we making up a kind of super rock band here?
We could do. We could make up a super rock band.
That's far too passé. Just call it the Monolith of Rock. It sounds more stupid.
Okay. So we got Lemmy and Moon.
Yeah.
We need 3 more. So we need two
No, we
more
need two
pillars of
more
rock,
on the
and then
over-
one to stand astride it, like the metal angel of death.
Now, Ian, you've hung out with some of the big rock names, haven't you?
Yeah.
No, I'm not going anywhere with this. I'm intrigued. Tell me some of the people you've hung out with. You've hung out with Maiden, have you?
I've hung out with
love
Maiden.
Maiden, don't you?
I've been flying with Bruce Dickinson.
Yeah. And have you, I mean...
It only took us 3 attempts to land at Gatwick a few weeks ago.
But I don't know much
Really?
about you, Ian. Are you someone who lives the rock and roll excess lifestyle? Are you kind of drink and drugs? Is that your thing?
I like to be kind of, you know, on the edge, having a look at what's going on inside.
Right, I don't quite know what that means.
Well, yeah,
It's the way they talk, Steve.
Well, I mean, you know, because I mean, some of those rockers, they're hard-living boys. Can you keep up with them? Do you know, you up till 4 in the morning?
Oh, 4 in the morning.
Yeah?
4 in which
Hey,
morning?
Daddy-o, man. We're going out about 4 in the morning. Karl reckons the gays go out late.
Yeah.
His favourite song is The Killing of Georgie, right? And he went, yeah, but would it have happened if he'd have been, you know, going out a bit earlier?
Yeah, well, no, fair point.
Yeah.
Is that song time specific then?
No, but he reckons he probably got, because he was out late.
Oh, right, okay.
He said there's one that works here, sometimes he doesn't go out till midnight.
But, Ian, I imagine you a little bit like that, little boy in the film Almost Famous. When you're on tour with the rock legends, do you know what I mean? You're like, you know, the little kid there, maybe the doors are being closed in your face, are they, as they go berserk?
Yeah, when I started, yeah, okay, yeah, but now, you know, I insist I
I
have...
see you as one of theirs.
Yeah, access all areas laminate, you know, I mean, I can enter venues now with a big bottle of Jack Daniels, I don't get stopped.
Yeah. And
Really?
but seriously, have you, without naming names, obviously, what excess have you seen? Have you witnessed anything? Or have people calmed down now? Are these rockers clean living now?
Depends who you're talking about.
Sure.
Yeah.
Is there anything going on like the days of, you know, Ozzy and Motley Crue?
I haven't seen, I haven't seen any red snappers, like with Jimmy Page. Do you know that story of mine? I can't talk about it, then let's forget about that, yeah.
Oh, is it disgusting?
Yeah, well, yeah.
But is it
no,
worse than talking about B-days and Ricky's farts?
Kind of.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. You wouldn't want the instruction manual as to what happened with the red snapper, like
Right.
you do with the B-days.
Sure.
God.
But don't, as I say, don't name names. Obviously, you know, there's a sort of client, you know, doctor confidentiality or whatever that you...
Yeah, well, I saw
We know there's no one listening.
Yeah.
So it won't go further than this studio.
I saw a member of a very big band play the Astoria recently, and they turned up at the Astoria about 15 minutes before they were going on stage, right? And someone said to them, "Is it good to be playing the Astoria?" To which he turned around and went, "Oh right, are we in London?"
Really? Oh dear.
And this person then
It
managed to
wasn't
play...
Daniel O'Donnell, was it?
I can only think of the Libertines. No, it's not a very big, huge band, is it? No.
No, bigger than that. Bigger than
Okay.
that. Yeah.
Okay.
What other rock and roll excess do you want? Oh, I was told once that if you stay up for 2 days, the best thing to do is eat some yogurt. This is just like we're going to having tips now.
Sure.
Yeah, you know. So if that's apparently the best thing at the end of the excess, you need some yogurt. So always keep some in the fridge.
Yeah.
And no, chopsticks are no good.
No,
That
no,
was
no,
that.
no.
Yeah,
You
so don't, whatever you do, don't go on a bender in China, because otherwise you'll be screwed, right?
No, there's no benders in China. Oh, there are. There's about 100 million.
Yeah. Another tune that I enjoyed this year, Rick. I don't know what your thoughts are on it. I'm fascinated to find out.
Loving it. Loving it.
Jay-Z and Farrell and Frontin.
What do you think, Canfield? Darkness #1?
Yeah, well, they cheated, didn't they? Because they went, did their signing at HMV, yesterday, so they could get in like an hour of extra sales.
Why is
Just
that
so they
cheating,
could-
though?
Well, you know, I don't know, well, I suppose Gary Jules could have turned up at Virgin down the road, couldn't he? And
Yeah.
you know. Okay, well, then in that case,
I
they're
think
going...
that deserves to be sort of #1, because it's at least it's potentially a sort of evergreen, sort of Slade type classic, and they are the biggest sort of band around at the moment.
Canfield, what are your thoughts? You love rock. What do you make of the Darkness?
It's alright, they've been around for a while now.
Sure.
You know, another year, maybe.
But they're all the ingredients of everything you like, I imagine. They've got a bit of glam, they've got a bit of Queen, they've got a bit of AC/DC. It's all in there. You've got a bit of Bruce Forsyth. You know what I mean? He's funny. It's, they're a good fun band, aren't they?
Yeah, they're
I mean, they're
alright.
essentially just too close to novelty. But then so was Slade, in a way. Slade have only got this credibility resurgence in retrospect. At the time, they were a pop band that essentially were for teenagers and thugs.
I'm not sure Canfield's going to be championing Slade, though, up there in the same way that he champions the Maiden.
But you got to appreciate what Hold has done, surely.
Yeah, I appreciate what Holder's done. But they only became cool, didn't they, when Oasis covered them?
Yeah. I mean, I genuinely always liked Slade, and I've still got a soft spot for him. But, yeah, the Darkness, we'll have to wait and see.
At least the Darkness one is irresponsible for the kids of today, though, because the amount of spelling mistakes that Slade were responsible for at school in the 70s must be atrocious.
Putting the Z's in.
Rubbish.
Ian, I'm gonna have to ask you for our third pillar of rock before the ad break.
Right, well, we need, who have we got? So we've got
Lemmy and Moon.
Right, okay. I think we need to put in, we need a guitarist in there. We should maybe put in Keith Richards. I'm a little bit worried about the health scare, because the kind of air pollution around any venue that this band might play, with, like, Lemmy and Keith Richards there, you know.
See, I'm surprised at Keith Richards, because I would have thought it was heavy enough for you, but the Stones have done enough to get in the annals of rock.
Yeah.
Okay, let's play some ads.
Quick question. Do you actually speak like this, Ian?
What?
This is
your real voice.
This is real voice, yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Do your daytime sort of voice, the X-list voice. Say it's fast. It's just coming up to 2 on XFM 104.9. After the break, we've got Feeder. Say that.
It's just coming up to 2 on XFM 104.9. These are the ads.
The trouble with that song is, don't let the bells say, it could sound like he's saying something to do with bell ends.
Well, yeah.
What?
Heaven forbid.
What, think he meant that?
Did he?
Probably.
No.
That's the Darkness on, XFM 104.9.
Bell end.
Yeah.
What other rude words are there?
Cock.
Yeah, that is rude.
Yeah.
Especially at Christmas.
Especially at Christmas, yeah.
It's a time for families.
Oh no. Now listen. Time for family. Now, Ian.
Yes.
Who is your fourth? We need a lead singer in this mega group, the monoliths of rock.
Who we got? Lemmy, Keith Richards.
We've got Keith Richards on guitar. We've got Lemmy on bass.
Yeah.
We've got Keith Moon on skins.
Right. Some terminology coming out there. Yeah.
Who's doing the Vox? Who's given Golden Tonsils Award?
Robert Plant.
He's gone for Plant. He's gone for Plant.
A lot of trad names there.
There is the group. The lineup is Moon, Lemmy, Richard, Plant. Okay. Now, our competition, Steve. Name that group.
Okay.
What's the best, heaviest rock name ever?
Sure. this is obviously not a name that already exists.
No.
Okay.
My mate of mine came up with, I think it was, Brain Hammer. which I like. Velvet Nazi 666.
Sure.
So we want the heaviest, most mental piece of death metal, headbanging, bleeding out your brains rock. Axe Attack. Okay?
Please welcome to the stage, Christ on a bike.
Please welcome to the stage. Oh, look at you!
That would be great.
Yeah.
That would freak out the metalers.
Yeah. Cheeky.
Yeah.
Oh, now listen. They need a manager. They need someone who can introduce them. They need someone to stand astride them. Who is the leader now? Who is the king of all that rocks?
Well, it's obviously Tommy Vance, isn't it?
Do you know what worries me, Rick? We've said Vance a lot today. I'm wondering if the kids today, do they know Tommy Vance? Are they familiar with him?
If they don't know, they shouldn't be listening.
Okay. Fair enough.
So, Vance is their manager. He needs to, they're on at Wembley. He's got them on at Wembley. They're the greatest rock band of all time. We need the name. Please welcome to the stage. What are they called? Phone in, email in, and the prize, we're gonna get some...
We'll rummage through the bins as Karl normally does.
Get some old tat like Karl does, some VHSs, some CDs, greatest air guitar
Peter
ever.
Max.
Yeah.
Do we need to give out the numbers and
Well,
stuff?
they can email,
Don't
can't
get
they?
them to phone in. You don't want to talk to him, Ian, seriously.
No, you know when, what's his name says to Agent Starling as she's going to meet Hannibal, don't let him inside your head.
Yeah.
Don't talk to the listeners, Ian.
Exactly, it's very much the same
Please
thing.
I'm a bit concerned that my email's going to be besieged by people sending you links to how to clean out the B-Day.
Well, that's all right.
The week.
But what's the most mental, head-bleeding, banging, brain hammer operation this band can be called? Call in.
Rick, because it always amuses me if you, I mean, I know it's cruel to put you on the spot, but so some of your former band names have always amused me.
Well, the worst. The worst one? Well, I'll just leave this.
Ricky's had a number of bands over the years. What was the
worst one? Ready? Get ready to play that record, because I don't want any aftermath.
No, hang on, before you tell me, what was the one, because these pictures of you, like, when you were New Romantic keep on being published.
That was Shauna dancing.
Yeah, but someone...
That's pretty bad.
But someone told me, they were like, oh, ask him about when he tried to be Bon Jovi. Can you imagine such a thing?
I know the name you're thinking of. Right, here we go. Play the record, immediately I say this. Ready? The Sacred Hearts. Play a record.
Blair on XFM 104.9. I forget the name of that track, but it's good.
Good song.
Thanks very much. Oh, good song.
Yeah.
Oh, right. I just thought you were complimenting
giving his opinion. Right,
yeah.
Go on.
The what?
Are we still on the air?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Merry Christmas.
We got someone on the line.
Oh, right. He's here.
Who's that?
Ricky!
It's, yeah, go on.
It's Jonathan, how are you?
Good. It's only TV's Jonathan Ross.
Ross, turn your radio down, you idiot.
I'm here. I like to, I haven't got the radio on, what are you talking about?
We can hear the feedback.
Well, I haven't got it, it's not my fault, it's your incompetent radio station.
And also, didn't you hear we said don't call in, we don't want to speak to the listeners?
I'm not a listener, I'm a visitor to your shores, I'm special, you know that full well.
I know you're special, right.
Yeah, exactly.
What, you got a name for the band?
Yeah, you ready?
Yeah.
Blump. B-L-U-M-P. I tell you for what, you can't have a normal word. If it's the monolith band of all time, if it's the you can't have a regular word. It doesn't make sense. How can you have a regular word? All these ideas you've come up with are rubbish. You need a word which only stands for that one thing. No one's heard it before. No one will use it again. Blump.
I can't help but feel that that's a more appropriate name for maybe one of Ricky's bands.
I love seeing that picture of him in that band. You see it everywhere these days. He was like a girl. He was like a little girl in a suit. It's like a little dyke at a wedding. What was that?
That's gotta be the kettle calling the pot black, surely.
I've always looked nothing but 100% heterosexual. We're not sure about. There's not anything wrong with it, I know that, but look at you.
I actually had to get that in. There's not anything wrong with it. I'm Jonathan Ross. Oh dear. I was thinking the other day, right?
Oh, yeah?
At the Comedy Awards.
Yes, sir.
You didn't half say some awful things about poor celebrities, poor has-been celebrities with coke addictions and fat lips and faces that have where surgery's gone wrong and everything. And when they're on the show, they're going, "Oh, you look lovely."
Yeah,
oh,
I'm nice to them. Well, I'm nice to them to their face, but obviously when I'm not with them, I like to let my true feelings be known. What's wrong with that? That's how everyone.
Well, I'll tell you what, you can get anything off your chest you want on this show. Any celebrities you want to talk about?
There's no one listening.
Yeah. It's just between me and you.
A lot of people listen. They listen to my show, and after they've had a few hours of, good laughs, they like something bland to just cool them down afterwards. So they flip over. We know this happens.
Did you mention my DVD on your radio show?
You know what? I forgot to. I forgot to mention it.
Christ!
I meant to mention by the office, but I forgot to mention it. And then I thought afterwards, it's not like he needs the cash, is it? It's not like he needs it. It's not like it is, but he's probably earned more money in a shorter space. You're like a lottery winner, and you've got about as much taste. You're like one of those burglars who's won the lottery.
I am. I'm dressed like an Albanian window cleaner at the moment.
Burglar from Reading who won the lottery, and now he's fritting it away on what?
I do feel sorry for my neighbours. I've moved into a really nice place. I feel like it's the hillbillies.
No, it's nice he's moved in though, because it's nice. He's given them something to sort of talk about behind your back. You've united the whole block.
Right, go and play with some Japanese wind-up toys now.
I'm going home to play Mario Double Dash with my son. It's going to be a good afternoon.
I phoned you once after I finished my show. It was about 5 minutes past 3.
Yeah.
And I don't mind if you I said, how you doing? You went, it's brilliant. You said, this is what you said. You went, everyone's out, Jane's taking the kids out, I've already masturbated twice, and I'm playing with a new Japanese toy.
I'm masturbating now.
Yeah, Kings of Leon, Wasted Time on XFM 104.9. Sorry, I was sidetracked there by just some of the band names.
And now listen, I want to put in 2 of my own. I want to win that pile of tat out there, right? I've got 2 names here, okay?
We should just remind people in case they've just tuned in.
Oh yeah, Ian Canfield has chosen his, mega band of all time. He's got Keith Moon on drums, he's got Lemmy on bass, he's got Keith Richard on guitar, he's got, who have you got singing?
Robert Plant.
Robert Plant. And their manager is Vance. But he needs to announce them at Wembley Arena. They're already sold out. They're at #1 in the album charts. They're the greatest rock band of all time. And I've got 2 suggestions.
Okay.
What about this?
Please welcome to the stage.
Tungsten lung hemorrhage.
Yeah, good.
Yeah?
Please welcome to the stage.
God Dildo.
God dildo, interesting. Nice juxtaposition there of God, the almighty creator, and a dildo. Nice use of some contrasting imagery there.
Yeah.
Powerful and topical.
Tungsten lung hemorrhage.
Yeah. We've had a couple also on the email. People didn't really include their names, but who cares? Please welcome to the stage, Balls of Steel.
Balls of Steel,
Well,
yeah.
And we've had like Brain Hammer.
Yeah.
Brain Hammer's good. I
Lots
like
of
Brain Hammer.
brain-related stuff.
Quite liking the idea of tumour fish.
Tuna fish, I like.
Tuna fish is very good.
I like tuna fish.
I just wonder if there's one more contender. I don't know who this was, Ian, that phoned in with it, but possibly it's topical. Deathly Hem.
Yeah.
Deathly Hem.
It's brilliant.
Oh, it's Deathly Hem.
Please welcome to the stage, Deathly
It's
Hem.
Deathly Hem. Who's that? We've got to give it to
I don't know who that was.
Oh,
but,
well, if you came up with Deathly Hem, email again. Deathly Hem. It's the greatest name for the greatest rock band of all time. Will you please welcome to the stage, Deathly Hem. It's Golden Tonsils. Isn't it?
I was going to go see him once at the Camden Underworld about a year ago, and they had this sign up, right, saying that Graham Bonnet, who sung that song, had cancelled, right, and it said, God willing, he'll be performing tomorrow. And just in case you thought he cancelled because maybe no one bought any tickets, the doctor's certificate was beneath the cancellation sign.
Brilliant. Well, we've sung that a couple of times drunk, haven't we, Ian?
Oh, but
At the top of our voice.
We have done it. It is the best ever.
Yeah, it is.
Ben has won whatever you're giving away.
Yeah,
Ben
a big
came
pile
up with
of
Deathly
crap that
Hem.
we fight. Yeah, Deathly Hem.
Yeah.
I mean, if you are in a rock band, you're looking for a name, and you think you deserve that name, then, you know, write to us. We want to know that you're really heavy, and Ian Camphor would officially hand over the deeds of the name Bethlehem.
Deathly Hem?
Deathly Hem, yeah.
Yeah.
Deathly Hem. They only play at Christmas. You only play, like, big venues at Christmas, and it's all things about, like, fighting, like, good versus evil, and God versus the devil. You gotta write songs like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Deathly Hem on XFM 104.9.
Perhaps that the debut should certainly be a concept album based on the Nativity play.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
Nativity, yeah,
Or
that'd be
just
good.
the whole kind of Old Testament in kind of rock form.
Yeah.
With like, it'd be extraordinary.
It's the battle for humanity.
Yeah.
It's called, Humanity Manatee, and it's a fight in the ocean of hell.
Yes. Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. I'd like to see a serpent. Maybe pictured
That'd be a
somewhere.
serpent, isn't it? It's track
there's a
4.
serpent.
Track 4.
Yeah.
Track 4. Yeah.
I think we should give massive props and suitable regards to Ian Camphor. He's come in, he's pressed the buttons.
He stood in for an idiot brilliantly.
Yeah, I
He
think
has
so.
stood in for the retarded
It's a shame
Paul.
that you've not displayed some of the usual incompetence that we've come to love and expect from Karl. It's a shame.
Okay, well, it's
You are the greatest DJ in the world, though. The way you sort of, like, drop
Press
these...
buttons.
But, you know...
Every
you're there.
time I've pressed a button off air, Ricky's been going, oh, what great DJ.
It's great, though, 'cause he ends it, it's just brilliant. I mean, we're lucky if we can talk with the mic on. That's the title, not talk over a record.
We did some great links during the ads.
Yeah. And, of course, Jonathan Ross, masturbating. Live on air.
Just looking back at some of the highlights of
You
this
don't get
week's
that
show.
on Capital Gold, do you? Like Tony Blackburn getting a call from Fluff Freeman going, alright mate, I'm knocking one out.
Yeah.
Well, have a lovely Christmas.
Have a bloody great Christmas,
Have
mate.
a bloody great Christmas. It's the best of next week.
Yep.
The best of the last few weeks.
Yeah.
With some tat, you know, Carl's put together.
We're
Look
back in
forward to that.
January.
We're playing some of our favourite songs of the year.
I'm
next
looking
week.
forward to seeing Pilker's tan and
Pilker's
pictures
back,
from his holiday.
covered in ash from the beach.
Yeah.
And we're back on the 3rd, I believe. But Ian, do you want to introduce one? This is Ian's choice for the day.
Yeah.
We'll see you next week in spirit, and then we're back on the 3rd with Pilker.